It's 9:36, and this morning we're focusing on metabolic health. Your metabolism naturally slows down as you age, and maintaining it requires a balanced diet, physical activity, quality sleep, all the things. But if you're like me, you're probably wondering, what is metabolic health and why does it matter so much? Well, Dr. Luigi Grattan, Vice President of the Office of Health and Wellness at Herbalife, is joining us this morning with some answers. So it's so good to have you with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Elise. Thanks for having me. Hope all is well.
Yes, of course. You're joining us from LA today, so it's good to have you checking in with us here in Atlanta. Let's start from the top here. What exactly is metabolic health?
Yeah, so great question, Elise. Metabolic health is simply how efficient we use our food as energy. So think about it. Now, by the way, I loved your last guest. I was listening in, and all this physical activity, the boxing, all the stuff you guys talked about, crucial for metabolic health, especially in the context of what you eat and how you exercise. So think about it. If you're having a balanced nutrition, great diet with your meat, fruit, vegetables, whatever you're doing, chicken, fish, and you're having your 5 servings of fibrous fruits and vegetables and hydration, you're exercising and you're getting good sleep, that's good for metabolic health. The bad thing would be if I had like 3 cheeseburgers, a couple pizzas in between with soda, and I'm stressed. That's bad for metabolic health. So it's really how efficiently you use your food for energy.
Okay, Dr. Grattan, what are some factors then that can influence that?
Yeah, well, think about we have a nutrition philosophy that we kind of work with. And I've always sort of, even when I was in medical school, we talked about making sure you get lean cuts of protein, making sure you get plenty of fiber. The physical activity you covered in your last segment, that's so crucial, whether it's boxing, running, lifting weights, yoga, Pilates, all those things stress your muscle tissue. And when you keep your lean muscle mass around, it means that you get rid of glucose and sugar, so that blood sugar stays low. You're more adept at doing your activities of daily living. You can go to the bank, go to school, go to work, whatever you need to do, and drop your kids off. So these are the things that keep you functional, especially as we age. I'm 55, Elise, and I want to make sure that I stay tuned up when I'm 65 and 75.
Well, then let's take a dive into that, Dr. Grattan. What are some things that we can do, some tips that you can give us to help us maintain our metabolic health?
Sure. Well, again, physical activity is key. Sleep is a big issue. So a lot of, sleep has been trending on social media. A lot of people are talking about how important it is. When I was in medical school 25 years ago, if you slept too much, you were lazy. Now it's like you got to get your 8 hours. That's crucial because it helps to restore a lot of the things that are happening in the human body physiologically. But when it comes to diet, we like to talk about not only the protein, the fiber, but the botanicals. And you'll see I've got these, Moro blood oranges and capsaicin from red chili pepper and hibiscus, caffeinated, let's say coffee beans that have caffeine. These are what we call phytonutrients or botanicals. And when we eat and drink them, they actually support the human body and they support metabolic health. That's one of the last crucial keys that people should be looking at.
Let me ask you this, and I apologize if you covered this, but metabolic health, and then we hear about metabolic syndrome. So what's the correlation, the difference? Dive into that for me.
Yeah. It's a great question, Elise. So, like I was saying, back in med school days, we would talk about metabolic syndrome as a disease state, or I should say, sort of like the preconditions for the disease state. We'd look at waist circumference, blood pressure, your elevated sugar levels, and that would paint the picture of someone who might be going into diabetes or who might be pre-diabetic. When we talk about metabolic health, it doesn't have to be a disease or pre-disease state. It's literally, it could be totally normal, able body, but we still want to look at your sugar, your blood pressure, your body composition, where you deposit fat. And we want to know those indicators because it's sort of at least the canary in the coal mine. If those things are a little bit off and your metabolic health is off, that it's a predictor of your future health. So now, rather than talking about disease states and metabolic syndrome and those precursors, we think about the indicators for good nutrition, good health, good physical activity, and that's the indicators of metabolic health.
I'm going to guess that there are supplements that can help us in this journey to maintaining our metabolic health. So we mentioned that you are with Herbalife. If you could give us just one supplement that could help support us in this, then what would it be, Dr. Grattan?
Sure. That's a great question, Elise. So we're excited about one of the newer supplements we call Multi-Burn, which is a supplement which we call a multifunctional supplement for weight loss. It's non-pharmaceutical, so it's got no medication in it, but it has these botanicals that we spoke of, and the botanicals help to confer benefits to the human body. So whether you want to lose weight or support your metabolic health, these botanicals help us make claims on weight management, reducing your waist and hip circumference, keeping a body mass index that's important, and all these good things with energy expenditure. So those are the important things that are in fresh fruits and vegetables, and those extracts help to support that. So the new product Multi-Burn actually has those botanicals in it, and that's what we've been talking about.
Thank you so much for the help this morning, helping us understand, a term that we hear so much but may not really know what it means for our health, for our body. So Dr. Luigi Gratton with Herbalife joining us with some great information. Thank you so much for checking in with us, Dr. Gratton. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Elise. Have a great day. Appreciate you.
You too. Take care.